We're going to see what we can get for the 850 macro here. This is the previous hour low. This is the low and the high made in the previous hour so far. This is the last macro time. These are the next pools of liquidity. So this one actually irrelevant. This one's irrelevant. So here's our macro open. Inefficiency. Liquidity. Back above the macro. The trade's back above that price. We'll see if we can't target this here. This buy side and then maybe the low of the NWOG. If it closes above that price there, I'd like to see it trade down a little bit. Come on, come on. I don't really like the length of that candle that much, so see what it, wait towards for a few more seconds. Yeah, we're not going to do that yet. Relative equal lows there, but I think the draw is up here, I think. We'll wait and see what happens. If we don't get anything here, we'll wait till 6. Or, I mean, till 9. Now looking at it, where's this at? Equilibrium of this range is right here. I may not be interested in anything on this cycle. We're gonna wait and see. We're definitely gonna wait. I'm definitely gonna wait till 9 o'clock. See the 9 o'clock open and that first presented fair value gap. We're right back down in the middle. We got relative equal lows there, relative equal highs, and we just came from down here, so I'm not interested in taking a short at the moment based on what this looks like. Especially since this last candle this traded above and then back down through this gap and back up and closed above, consequent encroachment of it. So I'm not interested in anything trying to go down here until we see how this 15-minute candle closes. But based on this, could be a rundown in here, but I don't know if this is going to be in play. I'm thinking not. That's why I'm not interested in doing anything with that macro, because it laid bodies over it. So there was no I always do that. With relative equal highs here, relative equal lows here, and this buy side up here, there's cleaner macro trades than this. And not just from a price action, but from a clear draw to where if a lot of times you can take, there's a trade, within the first 2-3 minutes, but here's this is going to be our macro FVG. We took sell side there. See, this is technically, this right here is technically bearish change in the state of delivery. So that candle closes in 1 minute. Then we'll be hitting 9 o'clock. I'm still anticipating that this is engineered liquidity. It's still wanting higher prices, but it builds relative equal highs, trades back down for people to trail stops too. That's what I'm thinking. So this is, let's see, this is how we'll see. Yes, there's a breaker right there and a change in the state of delivery. I'm not sure I would trust this all the way up here yet because I want to see a little bit more. If this 9 o'clock had opened and traded down a little bit and then taken this and then was back up here, I'd be all over it. But the fact that the low of this one, I think this opening price right here, this could be the manipulation or the Judas swing. So I'm gonna hold off. This could potentially be. Let's see where this closes. And maybe what we get is a wick into this BC. This right here is what I call a balanced price range. So the middle of that, see a little tick right there, right in the middle of that. For little scalps, it's a little too much going on here until I know. One minute relative equal highs there. So that was a lower time frame bullish change in the state of delivery to there. For now, change the state of delivery. I think if it comes down here and wicks all the way down in here and then proceeds to rally, I would probably be okay with that since it got close to the open but didn't touch it, or at least made an attempt to. What's this price? 320, 306. So there's 15 handles out of it. $317.5. I'm not interested in the 15 handle run down into maybe this right here. But what this does give me now is we've opened at 9 o'clock, a little bit of a Judas swing, back below the open, sell side liquidity. Now, what we would want would be we would want this. I would want this gap to be an inversion, or it's fixing to be potentially an inversion. So we need to change this to, yeah, this was the high. No, I kind of messed this one up. I should have sold right there. I was watching the 1 minute chart, not the 15-minute chart. So that closed. Clearly, changing the state of delivery. This opened up. This is why I don't do a very good job. But my draw is still bullish, so doesn't necessarily mean we're taking out the 15-minute lows in here. So if you go like this, boom, we can put our bullish order block on there right here and see how that reacts to it. I might have been too focused on the video. There's definitely cleaner macro and first presented fair value gap trades. I would not have expected to have, I guess we have all of this consolidation here. I guess I'm still yeah, I would not have expected this to run all the way down this far if just to go take that out. But again, in the current price action we've had, I suppose that's not actually true. However, that's a 15-minute rejection block, so then that means we would be trying to get down to here. See, rejection block, rejection block. This would be the target. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention at all on that. I was really looking at 1 minute chart. My bad. My bad, bruh. Let's see. There's a small gap. $15-minute. And it's probably going to blow right through it. There it traded down to the equal body lows. Now, let's see. This is the 9 o'clock first presented fair value gap. So we'll call that an inversion fair value gap. Nothing more. So far, this body of this candle's at, you'll see where that stays. So here we have again a lower high time frame. So did we take sell side there? We did not. That's the low of that. Low, high, lower low. Change in the state of delivery. That is literally within a few ticks of there, all the way down to within a few ticks of there. Brutal. I wasn't doing a very good job either. So to trade a 15-minute candle, this is the open of the 15-minute candle. It trades up, manipulates, trades below it. You would sell this short right there. Candle opens, trades up, whether it takes sell side or buy side, or whether it's an inefficiency. Then trades below it. Obviously, still with inefficiencies, what have her down here. It's just from a matter of the candle opens, trades up, back down, and as it trades below it, the opening price. So it's kind of the power of three, or it's the open, high, low, close. So 9 o'clock for here, and here's how you potentially would trade the hourly candle. Open, trades back down. Here's this on an octant right there. But you can see now where this puts you in a spot where you're like, this is a double-edged sword. I can find PD arrays right here to go to there, and I can find PD arrays to go there, or right here. So this looks primed to set it up so somebody ends up being liquidity. We got 1 minute. So we'll get our deal this right here, there. So this is going to be the open of the next 15-minute candle, and we'll see what we can see if we can get an idea. If it manipulates up and then back down, we can go short. If it manipulates down and then back up, we can go long. And see, getting through this balanced price range is going to be key, because those are usually act like a wall, like they did right here. And from a macro perspective in the hour, all it's done is basically manipulate to the downside. So here's 9:15. Right at that price. And it's not even going to manipulate up at all yet. Back into the inversion fair value gap. The fact that this is trading down. So we took liquidity right there, and then we had an up close candle on the 15-minute chart. So we should buy that. I'm going to put the stop below the low. And I would hope this would slice through here. real quick, my premise was this is a 15-minute low, right? Which one is it? Right here. So on the 15-minute chart, this 15-minute candle took sell side and then was an up close candle. So that gave me more of the idea of bullishness, sorry. So real quick here on the 15-minute chart, once this opened and traded down, it took this right here. So sell side taken, down, and then up close. So that, when I looked over and saw that, that's what gave me the clue. I'm going to go long. So let's go back to the 1-minute chart, see where we can get here. Let's see if this is actually going to run out, run out anywhere, or just give us nothing. Give us nothing. That's the macro open price. This would be a see, you can have all the right PDAs in the PDA arrays in the world, but if it just runs to there, it's great. If you want to do $34 at a time. So here we have the 15-minute candle open, close down, trade all the way down to the inversion fair value back gap, and then back up. So it opened, traded down below it, and then based on the other time frame, that's why I bought it right there, because it had such a long Judas swing or manipulation down into that PD array. And then when I looked over and saw that we had with the last 15-minute candle, took sell side and was an up close candle. I would not expect. I'm going to move. I'm not going to close it. I'm going to move my stop, because this now is a balanced price. Come on, price range. So if it goes through that, it goes through it. So now it has two balanced price ranges, this one and this one. So seeing how this one stops at the tick of it, that's why I want to get just below that right there with my stop. And if it's going to go below that, then that's where I should have closed the trade right there. So actually got a little bit of macro trading and 15-minute candle. May not have yielded much, but this is good here. If this closes above here, we got 10 seconds left. Well, that's good. At least that traded back above that gap. Or not. So that's how I frame them. But if they don't run very far, that's that's nuts. Oh, that's nuts, man. That's what you have to do when you're trading this consult. Look at this 15-minute chart. Now, I would have, there's two things here. Yes, you have this change in the state of delivery right here to a bearish change in the state of delivery right here at this price. At the closing price of this, gosh, at the closing price of this candle, once that's a bearish change in the state of delivery. So I would expect some trade up like this and then take the downside in a normal scenario. But since this took 15-minute sell side, then my expectation is that yes, we're going to trade up here, but that we would go for buy side. But and it still might. It's just using the entire ranges of the candles. And so anyway, but anyway, there's a short little video for you for what it's worth. All right, later, bro.